So this is the brand new DJI Mavic Mini drone, and yeah, it's super small.
That was sick. We got good stuff.
This 249 gram, super light, super easy to fly drone is pretty awesome, and we've been flying with it for the last couple days. And in this video, we wanted to show you example footage, some photos, and talk about who this drone is for and who it might not be for. Before we get into this video, I wanted to let you know two things. First, that we are selling this drone on our website, shopmoment.com. Check it out, link below or somewhere here. If you buy it from our website, you get a free Filmmaker case, which is our awesome phone case that actually fits inside of a drone controller. So the DJI controllers with a case, you don't have to take your phone out. It's pretty sweet. You get one for free if you buy the Mavic Mini from us, limited time. And second, we want to upload all this footage, the raw files, because sometimes on YouTube it's hard to tell quality with the compression and all that. So we're going to have a link in the description where you can download the raw footage from the Mavic Mini and check it out for yourself, which might help you decide if you actually want to buy it or not. Just give you a better sense of how it actually looks. All right, so let's get into this video. Can you get cinematic footage from the DJI Mavic Mini? As a filmmaker myself, it is the most important thing to know how the quality of the camera is gonna look, from footage to photos. Really, how sharp is it? What are the resolutions? What am I dealing with here on these drones? Because DJI is awesome. They make a full spectrum line of drones, from beginner, which I would probably classify the Mavic Mini as, all the way up to super professional if you want to shoot crazy high-end stuff. And my personal favorite drone is the Mavic 2 Pro, which fits somewhere right in the middle. It's compact, but still gets you like 4K, 100 megabits per second, 10-bit color. But the Mavic Mini, where does that fall in? So let's talk about that. The camera on the Mavic Mini is a fixed 2.8 aperture, and it shoots at about a 24 millimeter field of view equivalent, or about 83 degrees. Honestly, that's a nice focal length in my opinion for these drones. So if you're getting one lens, it's not too wide where it's just looking like a big fisheye lens, and it's not too zoomed in where you can't get a nice landscape. So for video, it shoots 2.7K at 25 and 30 frames per second. Not sure if they're gonna add 24 frames per second support in the future. I wish it was 4K, but I'll take 2.7K because the bit rate is only 40 megabits per second. So you wanna have not too high of a resolution with too low of a bit rate. So kind of finding the midpoint on that. And to be honest, the footage looks pretty good for the price point of this drone. It's totally usable on all like social media. Looking at it on my phone, it looks extra sharp. Looking at it on my big screen, it looks a little bit soft when you blow it up, but it's totally passable. What I do personally for the footage is I shoot in 2.7K at 30 frames per second, and then I'll take that 30 frames per second and conform it to 24. Just basically slows it down a tiny bit, and it helps with my 24 frames timeline, so everything matches. The still images coming off this little drone are 12 megabyte JPEGs, and you can shoot at 4:3 or 16:9, and the images are actually really sharp. So I would highly recommend this for if you're shooting photos and want a really light drone setup. Totally recommended, backpacking, just out and about. awesome feature that the Mavic Mini has is that the gimbal, being so tiny, is actually a 3-axis gimbal, which is huge for stability. Basically, the whole time I was flying, I never once had the gimbal like move or wobble in the shot. I wasn't dealing with heavy winds, but all the light wind. For how tiny this thing is in light, I mean, DJI has the smooth motion in this whole gimbal. This thing's figured out. How's everyone doing? All right, so as a filmmaker, what do I think of this drone and where do I see it living in kind of the creator space? This drone is not for filmmakers who are looking to get the absolute highest quality image out of the camera. It's just not. DJI is awesome. They have a whole lineup of drones that you can go however your professional level fits. Like I was saying earlier, from beginner level all the way to advanced. So this isn't the drone that they're marketing for that. However, this drone is seriously perfect for beginners. It is probably the best beginner drone, or if you have a drone already and just want something super small for like buzzing around and getting shots in areas that you think your drone might be too big for, it's perfect for that too. You know, limited resolutions and limited frame rates, but you're gonna get great footage if you wanna throw it up on social. You're gonna get awesome photos. So if you're going on a trip, just a road trip, you wanted to have a drone that you just bring for fun, if you're not doing it for professional work, this might be the best option for you. And we didn't even really talk about the 249 gram reason why that's so important. Basically, DJI is kind of savage in the fact that 249 grams is the limit. Like the cutoff is 250 grams. Anything heavier than that, the drone is technically, it needs to abide by FAA rules. There's certain regulations with where you can fly it. All that kind of stuff plays in. With 249 grams, it's light enough to not be classified. You don't have to register it. And it's basically a toy. It's a toy with a 2.7K camera and can shoot awesome photos, good flight time, crazy light. In photo mode, you have the option to shoot in auto or in manual, so you can adjust the shutter speed. Like I said before, the aperture is locked. In video, it's all auto pretty much. That was the one thing where it would be cool to have shutter speed control, but what you do have exposure comp. So what I recommend, and when I was shooting to get the best results, I would pretty much always turn exposure comp down to like -1, -0.7 sometimes. And then there's the option on the screen in the app to lock it. So you're locked your settings, you've underexposed what the app recommends you shoot at, which I always find to be too bright anyway. So that's when I noticed the footage looking really good. So quick tip. We flew the drone in pretty cold conditions too. It's like late October right now when I'm recording this, and we shot it in like early morning and in the evening for better light. And it was right around 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 Celsius. So right in that freezing range, and the battery still gave us, I'd say about a 25-minute flight time on average, which is really good. If they're advertising 30, that's in perfect conditions. Yeah, and we were kind of twisting it around, getting some other photos. So overall, really impressive. If you've never flown a drone before, I would actually really recommend this drone. If you wanted to get into drone flying, filmmaking, whatever, this is the perfect setup. $399 or $499 for the bundle. It's a perfect price point to get into this without breaking the bank and learning to fly a drone. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a comment. Check it out on our website if you're curious. Like I mentioned before, we have a filmmaker case promo running for a little bit, so hopefully you saw that in time. And also link below will take you to the article that we wrote up about this, and you'll be able to download the footage for yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it helped you make your decision. But yeah, see you next time. The return to home feature still works great.